Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark has been named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. So the award, which has been distributed since 2019, Clark becomes the first WNBA player to ever win this award.
Instant karma has caught up with Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed queen of college basketball drama, after Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Yes, the same Caitlin Clark whom Angel famously taunted during the NCAA Championship game. Following the honor, journalist Amber Ryken published an article highlighting how Clark addressed her rivalry with Reese in light of receiving Time's Athlete of the Year award.
When I started my last college season and not knowing if that would actually be my last season, whether I was deciding to come back to college or turn pro, and now sitting here like I'm done with my first professional season and so much has happened, and whether it was making the national championship game or getting the Fever back to the playoffs since 2016.
It all began during the NCAA Championship when Angel Reese ensured all eyes were on her by taunting Caitlin Clark in an over-the-top fashion. From the finger-waving to the ring-pointing, Reese transformed what should have been a celebration of her team's victory into her own viral spectacle.
But the fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year is pretty special.
But here we are months later, and Caitlin Clark is the one walking away with the recognition that truly matters. Athlete of the Year isn't just some participation trophy, it's a definitive statement that you were the best, period. And while Angel Reese may proudly wear her championship ring, Caitlin holds something that cuts even deeper: universal respect.
I don't think I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who the other candidates were.
It's not that Angel Reese wasn't good this season. She was. Her stats were impressive and her impact was undeniable. But when it comes to transcendent talent, Caitlin Clark operates on another level. She doesn't just score points, she controls entire games. Her court vision, pinpoint passing, and ability to sink three-pointers from ridiculous distances make her impossible to ignore. Clark's dominance wasn't built on flashy gestures. It was defined by skill, consistency, and poise.
No, I think it's great, not just for her. I think it's great for the league.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody talked about the recognition that she brought to the W this season. So for her to be Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, I think it's really great for the league.
Let's not act like this came out of nowhere. Caitlin Clark's season-long dominance made her the obvious frontrunner for the award. Averaging over 27 points per game, she practically carried Iowa on her back, shining even in tough losses. Angel Reese, on the other hand, is often remembered less for her on-court performance and more for her theatrics. When people hear her name, their minds don't immediately go to her rebounds or defense, they go straight to that infamous taunt. And that's the key difference. Caitlin didn't need theatrics to stay relevant. Her game spoke volumes. Angel, meanwhile, seemed to lean on controversy as much as talent, and while that might get you trending on Twitter, it doesn't win you the respect of the wider sports world. Naturally, the internet wasted no time reacting, and karma was the word of the day. One tweet read, "Angel Reese did all that finger-pointing just to watch Caitlin Clark take the crown." Another added, "Guess Caitlin didn't need a ring taunt to prove she's the best." And the memes? Absolutely merciless. Angel's fans may try to defend her, but the narrative feels already set in stone.
I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then you continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing.
And what about Angel herself? So far, she's been uncharacteristically quiet. You have to wonder if she's drafting a response, trying to find just the right words to downplay Caitlin's win without sounding too bitter. But let's be honest, subtlety has never been Angel's strong suit. Maybe this time she realizes there isn't much she can say. This isn't just another social media spat, this is Caitlin Clark being recognized as the best in the game. Predictably, some of Angel's fans are crying foul, accusing the system of bias and reviving old debates about double standards and race. But the truth is simple, Caitlin Clark earned this award. This wasn't about favoritism or politics, it was about performance. Night after night, Caitlin delivered, and the world took notice.
She got the cookout, but when you hear that, thoughts on Caitlin Clark saying she wants to use her platform to elevate black women in the WNBA that have been instrumental, obviously, in building that league.
And let's not forget the narrative Angel tried to push after the NCAA Championship. She leaned on the "it's a team game" card, reminding everyone that LSU had won the title. But here's the truth: individual brilliance still matters. Caitlin Clark's contributions were undeniable, championship or not. This award doesn't take anything away from LSU's victory, it simply acknowledges that Caitlin was the standout star of the season. What makes it even more satisfying is Caitlin's own reaction, or rather, her lack of one. She hasn't gloated, she hasn't taunted, and she hasn't even bothered to revisit Angel Reese's antics from months ago. Instead, she's stayed humble, letting her game speak for itself. That kind of grace makes her win all the more deserving. While Angel was busy playing to the cameras, Caitlin remained locked in on what truly matters: basketball.
Who has a new weekly podcast called Unapologetically Angel. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22. And the reality is the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable, it's egregious, it's disgusting, it's wrong.
This isn't to say Angel Reese isn't talented, she absolutely is. But there's a difference between being a good player and being a generational talent. Caitlin Clark is the kind of player people will be talking about for years to come. Her style, her precision, her ability to dominate under pressure, all of it sets her apart. Angel may have had her viral moment, but Caitlin is building a legacy. The real question now is, how will Angel respond? Will she let this go, or will she turn it into yet another drama-fueled spectacle? If history is any guide, she'll probably lean into the drama. After all, controversy keeps her in the spotlight. But here's the reality. This isn't just another Twitter spat. This is Caitlin Clark being immortalized as the best of the best. And no amount of finger-wagging or ring-pointing can change that.
You know, when you're talking about, athlete, you're talking about her college run.
Yeah, the run she had last year.
Her college run
into her rookie year to now, to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, the women's college tournament, I believe,
all the
significant
eyes she
outperforming.
brought to the league this year.
Yeah, outperforming the men's.
Oh, shit, yeah. You got to think, yes.
Yeah.
Right, as you know, when you say Asia, you got to be like, well, that's in a W. Caitlin was college and W.
But no matter how Angel Reese tries to spin it, the truth is undeniable. Caitlin Clark just walked away with a trophy that cements her legacy as one of the greats. Reese's viral antics may have earned her bursts of short-term fame, but Clark's achievement is the kind that stands the test of time. What makes it even more satisfying is Caitlin's quiet confidence throughout the entire ordeal. She never needed to fire back at Reese during the championship, nor did she get dragged into the drama. She simply let her performance speak for itself, and now she's reaping the rewards. That kind of grace under pressure is what separates good players from legends.
Angel Reese, you can't beat a big bad wolf, but then kind of cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody mourns when the villain catches an L. And Angel Reese, you have self-proclaimed.
It's almost poetic, isn't it? Angel Reese wanted to be the star of the show, the name on everyone's lips, and for a brief moment, she was. But now, as the dust settles, it's Caitlin Clark who stands tall, trophy in hand, while Reese is left wondering what her next move should be. This entire saga is a reminder that actions speak louder than words, or taunts. Reese's theatrics may have made her a viral sensation, but they didn't earn her the respect or recognition that truly lasts. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, proved that skill, hard work, and humility are the real keys to long-term success. So what's the real takeaway here? For Angel Reese, it's a lesson in humility, though it's doubtful she'll admit to learning it anytime soon. For Caitlin Clark, it's pure validation of everything she's worked for, a moment that cements her place among the game's best. And for the rest of us, it's a front-row seat to one of the most satisfying examples of instant karma we've seen in a long time. Angel may have had the last word during the championship game, but Caitlin just got the last laugh, and isn't that what really counts? The truth is, Reese has always tried to crown herself as the queen of college basketball, but watching Clark collect accolades has to sting. And not just any accolade. This one celebrates individual brilliance, something Clark embodies naturally, while Reese leans heavily on her team's success. The jealousy? It's almost palpable. Adding to the sting, Caitlin Clark also earned a spot on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. Think about that. Reese, with all her viral moments and loud confidence, didn't make the cut, while Caitlin, with her quiet dominance and game-changing performances, did. That's bound to strike a nerve. Forbes isn't handing out recognition for flashy gestures. It highlights real impact, influence, and potential. Clark's inclusion cements her as more than just a basketball star, she's evolving into a cultural icon. Meanwhile, Reese's narrative still feels trapped in the past, tied to that championship game and her infamous taunt, while Caitlin is moving forward, building a legacy that transcends the court. And let's not kid ourselves, Reese thrives in the spotlight, so of course she'd want that kind of recognition. But instead, she's forced to watch her rival bask in it. It's one thing to be overshadowed on the court, but seeing Clark celebrated on platforms like Forbes? That's salt in the wound. Caitlin Clark is proving that hard work, skill, and humility shine brighter than theatrics, and for Angel Reese, that truth must be as bitter as it is unavoidable.